last time we talked, you were facing football numbers.
Yeah.
You were facing how many years?
My last offer they had offered me was like 15, 18, some shit like
15 to 18 years.
Yeah.
Now, what exactly was that concerning?
Well, that was a love triangle. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know is what when you got successful men, it's always a hard woman behind them. You know what I'm saying? And behind closed doors. And she was helping me with a lot of my administrative work for my music and everything, and helped me orchestrate stuff. I put her in that position, and we was doing things as a team. We was a team. You know what I'm saying? And she was my girl. You know what I'm saying? I loved that little bitch. I'm gonna keep it 100. And even though her looks wasn't all up to par like that, she was somebody that made a space in my heart. And I trusted her with that, and through the years she just got jealous. You know what I'm saying? She was hella jealous. She just started building jealousy, and I think that played a major part into it. And she set me up. You know what I mean? All the houses, cars, everything just went. You know what I mean? It got me for everything. You know what I'm saying? Empty bank accounts, shit like that. Had me in the house. SWAT busted in the motherfucker. They came in that motherfucker to get me. I didn't even know SWAT. When I so happened, I had drove out my crib, and when I drove out my crib, they had the whole perimeter like blocked off. She had lied and told them she was in the house, held hostage.
Okay.
And the bitch went in the house. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. Good thing I had left out the crib, because had I not, they was getting ready to come in and smoke bomb the house and come in there shooting. You know what I'm saying?
So you got arrested for, what were you charged with?
I was charged with so much bullshit. TMZ couldn't wait to post that shit. It was like strangulations and coercions and
Kidnapping?
Kidnapping. It was a slew of shit, yo.
Okay.
It was like $1 million bail. Now I was fighting to get my bail revoked. You know what I'm saying? Flying back, and I was sitting there, motherfucker, with $1 million bail in a state that I'm not from. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine that. And imagine nobody coming to that motherfucker and get me. And I didn't have the bread, and my money was low, because she got me for all my money. She emptied out all the bank accounts, everything. My deal with Universal, she was tanking that shit. She was fucking up everything. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to fuck up the image way of shit, and and I trusted the bitch, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with a bitch. That's all the Adam and Eve.
So I mean, when you say a love triangle, there was another girl involved?
I guess she felt like that, probably. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She came back afterwards as I was fighting it. And I haven't seen her since the day we did the Pac shit. I went with 50 and Dre and them, and we did the shit when Pac had the hologram. That was the last day I seen her. I had contact with her, heard from her. But she finally came back, and my lawyer, I had a good ass lawyer. Shout out to Steve Stein. You know what I'm saying? He beat that shit, but that shit kicked the fuck out of my pockets. You know what I'm saying?
So it went to trial?
Yeah, we got all the way up there. You know what I'm saying? And DA ended up finally dropping it.
Oh, really? So the DA dropped the charges before trial?
Yeah.
Completely dropped
They
it?
had to drop everything.
How much did it cost you in lawyer fees?
Man, it was a
lot.
whole lot of figures. Yeah, it wasn't no 50, 70,000 or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
More than that?
Yeah.
Oh, so it cost you 6 digits?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kicked my ass. And that's not including the bails, because the bails totaled up to damn near $1 million something. And I had like $100,000 or $250,000 bails on out in California for some other shit. And then they flew her from Vegas to California to tell her they was working with California DAs and out in Cali out here, and trying to get her to tell on me with some murders, and talking about pin me on some murders with my neighborhood and with my home. You know what I'm saying? Saying I'm from a gang and da. Just a whole bunch of slow bullshit, entrapment shit. And she was doing this shit. And when she finally, I guess it kind of started fucking her up, because at first, my lawyer had me wearing hidden cameras and shit, getting her, because amongst us, she would talk about the shit, like, when she came back, like it was cool, but I wasn't supposed to be around her at that time. So it was kind of spooky because I could have got locked back up for even being around her.
Oh, because she had a...
Because she was a witness. She came
restraint.
testified on me in court and everything.
Okay.
And when I seen her on the stand, I looked on the stand and I was just like, this bitch really does. She lied. She sit up there, told a lie with a bold face. She didn't give a fuck.
Okay.
Treacherous.
So why did the DA drop the case?
I had hidden camera footage.
Okay.
You know what I mean? With her basically admitting she tried to get the police to run up in there and, you know, use my history of allegations and was like, yo, he's in the house right now. I just ran up out of there. I got out of there. He's still in there. And I was really in the house. I was knocked out asleep. We hadn't argued or fight or nothing. And she knows, because she has a pistol too. She had her own guns too. You understand me? She told him that I had the gun and I'm known that I've already tried to kill police and I shoot at the police, and when they go in, they better be ready to shoot because he's gonna kill him. And they looked up my record and they was like, yeah, we was coming in there to kill you.
Okay,
like,
so you could have gotten killed that day.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was on my way out the door that day, you know.
You got lucky.
Word, I got super lucky. It was just a fluke. I went out, I thought I was going to do something. I came out the house, I never knew they had army tanks out in that motherfucker on my street. You know what I'm saying? They bust all my tires out of me driving on my driveway. They had put up the spikes and yo, the neighborhood was crazy. You gotta remember, I live on a golf course. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure everybody's seen my video blogs I used to do. I used to live on a golf course and all that shit. So, you know, the neighborhood was already ain't like me because I'm ghetto as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, their key witness was proven to be unreliable, so they had to drop the whole case.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you feel when they dropped the case?
I was relieved.
Backflips?
Backflips, somersaults, everything, man. You know, I thought I was gone. Everybody thought I was gone. A lot of my homies, everybody was like, this nigga let that bitch take him out. Out of everybody, you would think I would die on the streets or something. I'm like, yo, I just set myself up with a bitch. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, rule number one, you broke that motherfucker. You know, like, you know, I fucked up. But it is, you learn from your mistakes. As like I said, it's all a part of maturity. And that helped me mature even more. And then in the process of that, while I was on a bail, nobody came there to get me. Nobody gave me nothing on my bail. You know what I'm saying? They love me. I was in there for dead. And I had a good thing, you know, I'm a hustler, I'm a stacker. Like, I had money hidden places that she didn't know about, you understand? And I had it in like safety deposit boxes and shit like that. And I had enough to make bail, you know what I'm saying? Crack the piggy bank. And it was good, I was good. So, you know, and then in the midst of that, I was like, I couldn't get caught with no guns, I couldn't get caught with shit. My bail had got revoked once already. And then my lawyer convinced them to they gave me another bail on top of that. And that's how I added up to $1 million. And as I was on that, I didn't want to get caught with no pistol. I couldn't get caught doing shit. Mm-hmm. And I ran into my publicist when I flew in from out of state. And I flew in, I so happened I was with my homie T-Dot, and I ran into my publicist. And she was like, yo, I need you to come to this party thing tomorrow. Well, I was like, what is it? There ain't no rip. I was like, you know, I can't be around no trouble. I'm out on these bails. She was like, nah, it's cool. And I went there, everything was good, and then all of a sudden, he popped in. And that's why I kind of felt it was a setup, because people was passing me drinks, and motherfuckers was like, yeah, Fody, talking to me like, oh, you up here by yourself? They was like, yeah, man, if your enemy go step in here right now, homie, got your back, homie. But I'm the type of nigga, I'm like, you ain't from my hood. Like, we cool, but you ain't from my hood, so I don't expect you to have my back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, oh, man, ain't no need for that, man. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm cool. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, this nigga Game walk in. So when he walk in, it's like a gang of motherfuckers come in with him. They like that old Game. I see him, and he see me across the pool. We see each other. I see him. I'm like, and he ain't had no problem.
What do you think about Charlamagne comparing, you know, To Pimp a Butterfly and you know, Sugar Free's influence?
I heard myself.
He acting like he up in here fighting some big murder trial, and everybody's in there pointing him out and snitching. He acting like he went to jail. He acting like he just, like, the whole snitched on theme of it is just like some made up cartoon type shit. You feel me?